YouTube. This is Dave from D&E Performance coming to you from the garage. I normally don't film customer vehicles, but I think I might just change up on that just to bring you guys some more content. So what I'm working on right now, I've kind of had to put off the SM95 build at the moment, just because some of the customer stuff that I get in. I'm completely done with the SM95 chassis, but as far as the motor and the transmission, the fuel system, there's, the brakes, some other stuff that needs to be, dealt with. Hopefully I can bring you guys that in the future. I really want to get that build done. I got a lot of parts for that, for the SM95. They're just sitting here in the garage, and I really want to get them on the car. But anyways, what I'm working on right now is I think it's an 84, 85 Monte Carlo for a customer. And as you can see, it's right there. And pretty much just want to get the thing up and running. There's quite a bit of work on this car. It came to me in pretty much pieces from another shop, and I had to strip all the stuff out from the other shop and then start over again. But just to give perspective on what I'm doing here with this guy right here. So this is a potentially going to be a big rim car. It's got my upgraded brake kit with the blazer spindle, whatever spindle that is. I forget what it is. It's a 94 to 96 or 97 blazer spindle, and then you use the Corvette rotors and calipers, and then so pretty much I don't know the cubic inch size of this motor. I know it says 427 cubic inch on the valve cover, but I can't remember if it's a 6 liter that's been punched out to a 6.2, or I don't really know the displacement. It's kind of one of those mystery displacements. We're just going to call it a 427. So ended up getting the radiator on this one mounted. I had the radiator was sitting like way over here, and I had to move it back this way just so I can make clearance for the intake tube, or the intake. Been getting really started to pick up on the aluminum welding. My neighbor has a Miller. I don't remember. It's a newer Miller machine, but starting to pick up on the aluminum welding. So starting to get better at it. Well, I've been doing it off and on for a while, but I've just never really got to the point where I can put two pieces of aluminum together. And probably within the last 6 months, I've been really trying to get some practice in and get my aluminum welding, up to par. And so that's got this done, and then we're just starting on all of the wiring for the fans and stuff. And then I had to make these brackets to hold the ICT billet coil pack brackets on his valve covers. Unfortunately, when he brought me the car, they had these things inside the cab, and then they drilled a hole in the floor, and I just told him that really wasn't going to work. He ended up, and I had to tell him, we're probably going to have to strip the paint off because I can't weld the brackets on the valve covers unless we take the powder coat out, because he had already powder coated this. So unfortunately, it's just it is what it is, and I had to tell him this is the way we had to do it. So ended up putting his fuel tank up. I don't know if I can get in here. I know he brought me a lot of parts, but so we ended up getting the fuel tank up there, and then I already started some of the wiring. That's kind of just hanging there. I still gotta string the wiring up this way, and then started with making this fuse panel for him. So everything is going to come into the fuse panel. It's going to be ECU and fans, and he's got a digital dash. We're running the digital dash off of this, and we're pretty much going to try to run as much as we can. We got 6 inputs or outputs, or however you want to call them. Pretty much they'd be outputs. So 6 outputs, and then also Terminator X. So in here we're just kind of, like I said, it's quite a bit of work. I already went through the stock harness, stripped everything that we weren't going to use from the stock harness, and then so I made this plate right here, and then the I don't know if you can see it or not, but the Terminator X is behind there, and then we're just going to send the loom up through where the stock location is. I'm still waiting on the grommets. I ordered the grommets for that. Still waiting on the grommets for that, and then I mounted his AC box, and then we also made. He took the column, so I'm waiting on the column to come back because he was going to paint that. So I need the column to come back in order for me to kind of finish some of the other stuff I'm doing in here. So I'm kind of on hold with that. But we ended up making this. I guess you'd say like a AC type deal. It just kind of comes out from the firewall there. So you got your heater lines that come out here, and then of course the AC lines that come out right here. Still just kind of trying to get everything up and going on this thing. I would like to start this thing within the next couple of weeks. I'm just not sure if that's going to happen or not. Still got a lot to do. Here's this power steering reservoir. I think we're going to mount it right here. And I'm going to try to use these lines. The other shop had already pre-made these lines, so I'm just going to try to hopefully be able to make that stuff work right there. There's a lot of nice parts, a lot of aircraft stuff that when he brought me the car, he brought me a lot of aircraft lines and stuff like that, and of course nice radiator. And so hopefully we'll be able to hear this thing in the near future. I'll bring you guys this startup as soon as we start this thing up. Like I said, it's running Terminator X. So we got AC stuff to do still. There's a lot of work. There's probably at least another 60 to 80 hours just to probably get this thing fired off. On these kind of builds, it's pretty labor intensive, and it usually takes quite a bit of time. This is nothing new to me. I've done this. If you go back in my past videos, the C10, how long it took me to do the C10, it took me almost a year to do C10. So something like this, they usually take, anywhere from 6 months to about 8 months to do. If I don't have to order too many parts. This one we're rolling around right around 2 months right now. I think this car was in the garage for about 2 months. So the thing is just trying to get because you start working on something. Of course, I made all these lists. You got to make a list with stuff like this. Where it's pretty labor intensive. Because you lose track really quick. If you don't make lists. So I actually need to make some new lists. A lot of the stuff on these lists are pretty much done. So I actually need to create some new lists. But anyway, just chugging along on this. So again, this is Dave with D&E Performance, and hopefully we'll be able to hear some of this guy in the near future. Bring you guys a first fire up on this, and then try to get things, you know, moving along. I've been working pretty steady on this thing. So anyways, again, Dave with the Unique Performance. If you can, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys on the flip. All right, see you later.